And we sound like Gucci, Gucci, Louis, Louis, Fendi, Fendi, Prada. Them basic bitches wear that shit, so I don't even bother. Gucci, Gucci.
Hi flops, welcome to our channel.
Welcome to Terf Wars. Today we decided we're gonna read some fanfiction.
Okay, so this is our first video ever, and I'm sure there's gonna be more of these. But we're at a park right now, and it's like 9:30, and it's completely pitch black.
A little scary.
And we decided to do. We just went to the movies, and we decided that we were gonna go to In-N-Out and do a mukbang. Is that how you say it?
Mukbang?
Mukbang. Mukbang. And we're gonna eat
some
In-N-Out while we read some bad WATTPAD fanfiction.
Yay!
So we've picked out 4 stories, and each one is gonna be read by a different one of us. So we have 4 stories. We're gonna reveal them when we read them. We're not gonna go off and just tell you. You're gonna have to stay through this whole mess, and you're gonna have to hear all of them. So the first story, I will be reading it. It is called Love Bound, Doors, Roblox. If you've ever played Roblox, you would know about this game called Doors. You ever played Roblox Doors?
No.
Okay, well I decided that we were gonna read this because it sounded really fun. Let's read a little description of the story. Y'all listen. The first few chapters contain lots of smut, but that's the point. It's there to support the plotline. There is a plotline, but you gotta go through the different acts to actually get it. The way they just made that, like, they're like,
there is a story here, but like you have to work for it.
Anyways, you, the female YN, I don't know what YN stands for, but like they always say it in fanfiction, decided to get on your computer and start to play Roblox, as one does. You decided to play Doors, even though you've played it many times already. Soon you start to realize,
this isn't right.
Warning. Swearing. Intrusive thoughts. Your mom.
Why is your mom a warning?
Sorry, Mom. Let's do some reading. Chapter 1. Hide to rush. Warning. Please check the description for the warnings. I think we don't need to repeat the warnings. Please check the description for the warnings there, and this is set as a female YN, so keep that in mind. Just change the pronouns in your head if wanted. That's embarrassing.
Change the pronouns to Caesar.
Should we actually read it like that?
You want to?
I'm down. You wake up in your nice comfy bed and you sit up. You see your computer in your room and see that the home screen of Roblox is opened on it. You remember you have been trying to beat a game called Doors for like all night.
Like, you remember, but you've been doing it all night?
You wake up in the middle of the night. You're like, oh, I've been trying all night. You are now very tired because of this, but you get up and just get onto the computer. You type in the search bar, Doors, and press experiences. First game that pops up is a game called Doors, Horror. You click on it and see that nobody is playing it. There's only 5 visits and 5 people hit the thumbs up button. You thought it was a mistake, and so you decided to check the description. Okay, there's like creepy noises going on.
I'm kind of scared.
No need to be afraid. Just complete the game and win. And that was all that was said. Who said that?
Who said that?
You knew that it couldn't be the right game, so you go back and realize there's no other game of Doors, just rip-off ones. You decided to go play this suspicious-looking game, not me having a Leah Michelle moment.
That's a Bella Thorne moment.
A Bella Thorne tease. The normal elevator theme song started to play, and the normal shop appears. But something isn't right. You decided to try and buy vitamins and buy a lighter, but it won't let you buy them. It just says error, even though you have enough money. You decided to ignore it and have nothing on you. You grab the key at the start and keep going down the doors. The way I'm just like visualizing this because I've played this game before and I know exactly what's happening. The first door was a long corridor. Next was a small room filled with many closets. And he just keeps going down the line. I just want to get to the smut. I just want to see like how they're gonna turn this into smut.
It was like sex and Roblox. It's like emoting the whole time.
This is what happens when you don't listen. The creature turns you around slowly, and so your back is to the doors in this tight closet. It's a dark monster, no eyes, and a small but visible mouth. He has a red glow to him, with the words trailing along him saying, "Get out."
Wait, it's small, but it's invisible, so how does she know it's small?
I don't really know. You finally see the lights flicker. You get in the tight closet and start to hear Rush coming. But he seems to be coming in slower since he keeps getting closer and taking his time for some reason. Your vision starts going red. Oh God.
Oh my god, here it goes.
You two make eye contact, if that's what you'd like to call it, for about 10 seconds. You realize this monster was Hyde, and this isn't what's meant to happen in a game. He pulls you closer and tightens his grip on you to where you can possibly feel blood trailing on your arms. He uses his red glow to turn into glitch-like tentacles.
What?
The tentacles start to trail up and along your body, start to wrap around your arms and legs, and you cannot move. There's one more red glitchy tentacle.
Wait, what does that mean?
It slowly creeps its way up to your crotch.
No.
It gets to the top of your pants and starts to slowly trail its way into your pants. So stop, you yell. But he doesn't respond to you, it keeps going. You start to cry, and you can feel the tentacle right on your
No! Who wrote this?
It starts to rub slowly on it.
Ew!
You didn't want this, but you kept going. You kept crying, hoping he would just stop. He starts to go into your So stop. But he cuts you off by kissing you deeply. You feel the tentacle keep on. You feel the tentacle keep going on in you. Your whole body starts to burn in pain. You know this is wrong, and you regret your decisions a lot. Imagine there's people just outside in their backyards,
watching,
and they just hear us describing this.
Brutal Roblox.
He then finally removed his tongue from your mouth, and when he was about to put the used tentacle in your mouth, what you yell out,
Help me.
I don't think we all like that.
you hear Rush stop in his tracks and Hyde is angry at you. Hyde shoves a tentacle back up your really quickly, causing you to gasp and moan really quickly. Rush opens the closet up and you both fall out. You land on your back while the tentacle is still in you. What if you don't have a Okay, they say you can change the pronouns, like what if you just don't have a
Then it doesn't apply to you.
Thank God.
The story's not for you.
Poor me. You look up and see that Rush has his eyes open wide.
Back off.
Rush yells. He charges at Hyde. Hyde removes his tentacle, and Rush grabs him and throws him to the wall across the room. You sit up and your legs hurt. Your is burning, and you're breaking down crying. You hear a loud bang, and you look over at the two boys. Two boys?
Where did they come from?
Like earlier, the Elena Gilbert, and these Stefan and Damon. Finally, Rush gets Hyde to the ground.
But please, we can work something out. I've been in the closet for too long.
Did Rush just come out? I have nothing to do. Hyde pleads. Rush wasn't buying it though. Go then. And Rush kicks Hyde back into the closet. Is that homophobia? Is that homophobic? Rush looks over at you. He seems like a somewhat normal boy, but his stance was off-putting. He was bent over a bit with his arms hanging down on their own, and his smile wasn't exactly creepy, but it wasn't exactly comforting. And his face was really red. He slowly walks over to you and holds his hand out. You grab his hand, and yours fits perfect in his. He gets you off the ground and holds you by the waist to make sure that you don't fall.
No.
To be continued. I don't want to read anymore.
I don't want to continue.
We're moving on. If y'all want to go read this story, we'll put a link to it in the description. No, we're not.
No,
we're not putting a link to this in the description. Go figure it out yourself.
Any more publicity than I've already given.
No. Okay, yeah, you can describe this one. You can...
Now we're gonna be reading Bella's Sister. This is a fan fiction. I'm just gonna read you the description. It's better.
My name is Brittany Swan. My sister is a vampire. Her husband is a vampire, and their daughter is half human, half vampire. I don't know what I am exactly, but I have a family who'd rather be dead than see me hurt.
Brittany Swan is your typical Demi Lovato. Typical Demi Lovato.
Brittany Swan is your typical Demi Lovato.
She can sing, has a big heart, and has a crazy love life. When her mate finally comes out with his feelings.
Her mate?
Her mate. Was she a dog?
Wait, girl, we haven't even started reading and we're already
reading
we're
this.
done.
Or will it be her who saves him? Oh God.
Hi, my name is Brittany Swan.
What's her name? Brittany.
It's Brittany.
It's her. And I am from Baltimore, Maryland. Baltimore? I have a double life as Demi Lovato and a vampire. I enjoy it very much. I only have two close friends, Ashley and Chelsea.
This is the Bonnie and Caroline of the story.
As you know, Demi Lovato has the Jonas Brothers on her side for anything. They don't know my secret. My life gets complicated when others people come around. Ashley is always thinking of ways to get me into the talent show every year, and this year she will finally her way. It's giving no proofreading.
They didn't have Grammarly installed on their computer. This video was sponsored by Grammarly. No, it's not.
What I shook the phone. It's asking me if I need help. No way. Thank you so much for that. I get to be your backup singer, right? Said Ashley excitedly. Of course, there wouldn't be a talent show without you, I said, trying to get as excited as her. Surprisingly, it was very hard. Thank you. I will let Chelsea know right away. She will be excited, but not as excited as I am right now. I sounded like I could slur every word in that sentence.
Illiterate.
I'm gonna try to act like that didn't hurt my feelings. It turned out that I had it all planned to be in the show before I auditioned. Ashley? Oh my god, I can't read! Ashley gave Chelsea the CD to give to the judges, and they decided it would be a good act.
The CD?
The CD. Sounds like me, I have a CD. Demi had a show the night before. I'm sorry, but your contract is up. Renew or get out. Get out.
Wait, what? What does this do with Demi Lovato?
Her manager. Fine, I'll get out. I don't need this life anyway, I said with an attitude. It turned out that all my friends were there, and my parents. My dad flew in from Forks, Washington, with some friends actually. All of his friends showed up. Congrats
For the talent show? Her high school talent show?
The whole city of Forks showed up to support her.
Forks.
Forks, Washington.
Like Forks.
Yes, like the utensil, like the cutlery. Yes. Congrats on the win, hun. When did she win? What happened?
She won?
She won!
What'd she perform? She came out fucking Rachel Berry. Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter.
Everybody's like,
yes, girl, slay. Yes.
congrats on the win, huh? Told my dad. At least I wasn't married to a vampire yet. My sister is Bella Cullen, and she never knew she had a sister until this year. What? The way they sucked that in there.
They were like,
she has
my
a
sister Bella? Yeah.
Yeah,
And we have a sister, she didn't know that.
My
That's
dad
why I wasn't in the movies or the books.
That's why I wasn't in her life at all.
Yeah.
Until now. My dad was happy I was hanging out with normal people. My sister
I love that they're referring to her as Bella Cullen now because this is like after Twilight.
What's her cousin? No, her niece Renesmee gonna make an appearance.
Renesmee?
Yeah.
It's Renesmee.
Isn't it Renesmee?
It's just Renesmee.
Okay.
Esme, Gigi, Genevieve Squalor.
Jerome Squalor. Isn't that her husband?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was Jeremy, like when I first read it, but I think it might have just been like
7 years old. I always replied that I was always busy. I have a hard time finding food anyway. The vampire liked showing up. Way to go, Brittany, said Chris Muller. What unoriginal, boring name is Chris Muller. I need to talk to you in a couple. Like a couple of minutes.
it just ends in a
It's
couple.
very important. I have to get ready and move to Forks with my dad and my sister. I said with
You know what's
tons
giving?
of miles.
It's giving that episode of iCarly where she's like, when the grandpa's like, Spencer doesn't know how to take care of you. You're going to live with me in Yakima.
She's like, what?
You remember that?
I think I do.
And then like the thing catches on fire. He's like, you need to go to Yakima right now.
Looks like the one with the gummy bear lamp that catches on fire or something. Or that different episode. Bella's face lit up. What? You decided to move in with us? That's good. Yeah, I wanted to get out of town. Ashley is okay with it now. That I'm not, you know who. You know, who is she?
You know who? Voldemort?
And since you did stuff with me with Edward, I need food. What?
What?
Read the.
Are they like implying that like
Ew.
it's not her
she's
sister?
in high school. What did Edward do to you? Yelled Dad.
Latvia.
Nothing. I was joking. Can we talk now then? Asked Chris urgently. Sure. When we
You're just
got-
like no.
No. When we got outside, Chris smiled and said, I'm moving to Forks with you. What? Yeah, I need food too, you know. Okay, just don't let my
like,
dad
why
know.
what does this have to do with food?
She's a vampire. She used to eat people.
Brittany is a vampire.
Yeah.
And they just like they
Wait, how is she a vampire?
did they didn't explain that?
Oh, maybe that's what she's talking about, like you and
Oh,
Edward.
didn't in the beginning say it was like didn't she say like I have a double life as like a vampire and Demi Lovato?
Okay, but she never explained how she turned
But
into
why
a
is her?
vampire.
But like why is she?
Why is she Demi Lovato?
I'm just imagining the process of her like she becomes a Demi Lovato.
Yeah, I need food too, you know. Okay, just don't let my dad know. Why, aren't we dating? Did you just ask me out? Yeah. The most boring, bland conversation.
You just asked me out.
Yeah, I was frightened now. I was already on my own, but now this. Luckily, I knew this was going to happen when I got my power of shielding and mind reading. I didn't know how, but I did. Sure, you're my boyfriend. I was officially happy. I was dating someone that I don't have to hide my being a vampire with.
I like how they've established the love interest like
Immediately.
there was no build up to it. They're like, yeah, I just asked you out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess.
I came back, Edward asked what he did to me. Edward never liked him because he always thought he was a werewolf. I told him everything from the vampire part to asking me out. He already knew it though because of his mind reading and Alice's visions. We flew to Forks and it was exactly the way I remembered it. Gloomy and rainy. High school wasn't a big deal for me since I was starting my senior year for the last time. I figured I would go to college and get a job in the medical field. Carlisle always loved that about me. So what do you want to do first, since your sister doesn't want anything to do with me at the moment? Asked Alice.
Oh my god.
What's the
It's
flop?
those again. Oh, please don't come over here.
No, they're not. There's no way. They have school tomorrow.
They're getting in the car. They're getting in the car.
I don't know. Do you want to go to the movies? Us. Sure, can Chris come?
I don't know. You want to go to the movies? Okay.
Yeah, let's go smile. I don't know. Do you want to go to the movies? It's just sure. Can Chris come?
I might finish this, by the way.
Why do you want him to come? I asked. Everybody hated him. Because unlike your brother-in-law, I like him. And since we don't have to hide anything from him, I think it would be cool if he got to know the nice part about us.
Is this ketchup?
Yeah. You are not going to the movies with that boy, yelled Edward in the doorway.
What is what?
What does Edward care?
Why does Edward not have authority in his
In her life, what is the
sister-in-law's
dad?
life?
Bella told me that I was in charge of you today since they need
I can't.
since they need to go shopping for Renesmee. And she made an appearance.
Renesmee.
Fine. Can me and Alice go then? Yes. Thank you. I stuck my tongue out at
Did you
him.
say Alice?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just swore I just saw a shadow. That was kind of scary. We get kidnapped.
We're
We're
kidnapped
kidnapped
on
on
tape.
Terf Wars. Imagine showing this video in court. That'd be so embarrassing.
They see us talking about tentacles on Roblox and Renesmee. Everybody in the court is like watching this. They're just like totally like these deserve to get kidnapped.
Please kill them. We are going to pick up Jasper, okay? Asked / thought Alice. Jasper meant Chris. It's time. Jasper meant
Why
Chris.
did they have to explain that she both asked and thought? They were like, girl, just say.
I don't know what that means. It's times like this when I'm glad I had a shield. Edward believed Alice, so we were good. Bella came back when we did, and Alice took Renesmee. Bella decided to help me get ready for school tomorrow by taking me shopping. I was fun. It was fun. People can't read or spell. I'm glad it was Bella and not Alice. That's it.
We're not continuing
We're
that
not
either.
continuing.
Okay, honestly, we're only gonna read the first chapter of any of these. That was definitely
A flop.
okay. Now we're gonna read. Okay, y'all need to listen to us for a second. Have y'all watching this video, the 3 people watching right now,
That's generous. The one person watching who found us
and
by
it's
chance. we're the 2 viewers.
and y'all watch LPS Popular? We watched LPS Popular. I introduced her to it like 6 or 7 months ago.
Yeah.
Watched the entire series, and by the way, Sophie GTV, come back to the internet. We need you to finish LPS Popular. You need to delete your Life Adjacent channel, and you need to just do LPS Popular again. Anyways, so this fanfiction is a LPS Popular Brooklyn Hayes ex female reader. It's your first day of school, and you just moved to California. You're going to Orange County Day High School, not Orange County Day.
OCD.
You're a little excited. Once you're done getting ready, you hop in the car and drive to school. You're right in front of the school. It's huge.
It's a dog. It's a cat. Not mustache.
Hey, are you new? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Hey, are you new? He asks. You instantly turn around, looking into his blue eyes. Yeah, I'm. Oh, it's like us. What should we name ourselves in the story?
Gerald. No, Gertrude.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Gertrude. He smiles and shakes your hand. I'm Sage Bond. My name's Bond. Sage Bond. Do you want me to show you around the school? You nod. Yes, please. You get your papers from the office and Sage shows you to your every class. Now it's lunchtime and you're worried where you'll sit. You can sit at the football table if you want. There's room, Sage says. You're not sure if you want to sit at a table with a bunch of guys that you barely know. You want to make some friends, so you decide to go ask if you can sit at one of the girls' tables.
Heard.
Is there like sexism in this school? No, but thank you, Sage. I would, girl.
I've been like, I'm sitting there.
Oh, girl. Oh, this is okay. Here we go. The Barbie
Uh-oh.
dolls are coming.
Uh-oh.
You turn around and head towards the table with 3 girls at it. A blonde cat, a blonde cocker spaniel, and a loud chihuahua. Hello, I'm new here. Can I please sit at your table? Brooke turns around and looks at you with displeasure. Who do you think you are, trying to sit at the popular table? Don't you know who I am? You feel like you're going to cry, but you just stand there speechless. This is what we've come to. This is what we've come to. I hope not.
That'd be really. It's like.
You decide. To be fair, there are LPS sex videos. Like
No.
there are. Like, kids upload them on YouTube, and it's like funny because like they'll be like they'll get water.
Okay, enough. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Look at water. No.
Did you hear that?
We're gonna die. I think we live near. I live there. We're gonna find.
Oh my god.
We're about to get murdered.
Did you hear that?
No? Why?
It was like.
Not that. We're gonna go now. Anyways.
Okay, anyways, so we have one more story.
Okay. Translating Love, a 50 Shades fan fiction. This needs no introduction. You guys know what 50 Shades of Grey is. Unfortunately. I read the description. Anna works as a part-time as a filing. What? Anna works, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna fix their spelling. Anna works part-time as a filing clerk at Grey Enterprises while she finishes her nursing degree. Since when was she a nurse? Is asked to accompany Christian on a business trip to Russia. As his translator, Christian and Anna discover an undeniable chemistry. Warning, mature content.
Hold on, wait.
They just changed.
If it's a bad fiction, they're just changing the plot of the original.
They changed everything about this story. Nominated for top 5 50 Shades of Grey fanfiction. Nominated for top 5 50 Shades of Grey fanfiction for May 2019 and July 2019 on Facebook. Anna's POV. POV, I know. Ring ring. As the only file clerk in this small basement office. Why is she in a basement office? Isn't he rich? Isn't he a billionaire? Why is she in a basement?
Oh,
As
it's just
a sprinkler. I dropped a pile of loose filing onto the table. I was using for sorting and walked briskly to the phone beside the computer.
So loud.
Good morning, file room. Anna speaking. Good morning. This deep male voice replied. I have a question that has nothing to do with filing. Okay. I asked skeptically, what question do you have for me? Can you speak fluent Russian?
Read this in an accent.
Can you speak fluent Russian?
No. Read her dialogue in an accent and be like,
okay. Yes, I can. Which accent? Like a different...
Russian accent. He's from...
Yes, I can. That's not Russian. It's like a...
Okay, we're just abandoning the accent.
I stated with the quivers of hesitation in my voice.
Quivers?
Why do you ask? I need a Russian translator to assist me on a business trip in 2 weeks, he stated sternly. Who is I'm not gonna do it anymore.
No.
Who is this? I demanded. This is Christian Grey, he replied. Christian Grey was the CEO and founder of Grey Enterprises, a notoriously successful but private businessman that was rumored to be extremely handsome. How does she not know who she worked for? How did she get the job?
I didn't come here for a job interview.
I was a nobody working in an entry-level position. His call was a shock to say the least. I didn't even think that he knew who I was, let alone my name. Was there no one else that could do the job?
Wait, he doesn't know her name, but it's like his employee. It's kind of his job to know all his employees' names.
It seemed like an oddball choice. I would want to have only my most trusted advisors with me on a business trip where I was representing my company's products and efficiency.
Does Anna speak Russian?
No. Why choose someone that you have never met? Christian's proposal intrigued me, and I had to know more. Can I come down to your office and speak to you face to face? He asked. I prefer it. Absolutely, I said, practically jumping out of my seat with excitement. I'll be down in 15 minutes, he stated with a strict business-like tone that I could only assume he used with all of his employees. He doesn't.
A strict business-like tone.
What does that mean? We said our goodbyes and hung up on the phone. My mind was racing with questions. How did he even know that I was fluent in Russian? You probably put that you were bilingual on your resume. Why was there no one else in the chief of staff that could do the job? And why not use one of those earbud translators instead? I hadn't spoken Russian or told anyone that I was fluent in the language. Oh. How would...
Well, then why did she say that she was fluent?
She hadn't told anybody. She is. Well, then how would he know? I stopped momentarily remembering that I had mentioned it once in the initial interview. Oh. Oh my god!
She hadn't told anybody, but she forgot that she mentioned it, like, in passing. She was like, oh, and I can, like, low-key kind of speak Russian a little bit.
And everybody's like, really? But I didn't think that the interview had taken note. In fact, he didn't seem impressed at all. 15 minutes later, I heard the sound of dress shoes tapping down the hall with perfect rhythm. Dress shoes? This high school band?
Tapping down the hall in perfect rhythm, like...
Just a walking rhythm. I heard it soft at first, and then it became louder and louder, then stopped. Well, that's because he was going
walking closer to you. Wow.
This guy's walking too. I turned around to face the door, filled with curiosity for the man that had demanded my undocumented presence in a business transaction. Christian Grey stood in the small doorway to my small, cluttered office. He was definitely a sight to marvel at. Marvel? Avengers? He was approximately 6 feet tall with short brown hair and a freshly shaved face. He stood with perfect posture as though he had a metal rod inside his body holding him taut from head to toe. His effect was restrictive as though he was guarding all of his emotions, all his might. How did she get that from just looking at him?
She's like,
he's
oh, he's really guarded.
He's just like
She's just
emotionally
like,
detached.
She's like, she just sense it.
His shoulders were square but not large. It was hard to notice that his muscular body and toned physique through the expensive suit he was wearing. He was a perfect man from an aesthetic perspective. His perfectly proportioned facial features could have easily put any celebrity to shame, and he was standing right in front of me.
Well, he kind of is a celebrity because he's like a billionaire.
Yeah.
Remember how like in the third one they were making the whole thing about like how like when they were in Europe and she was like, I want to take my top off on the beach. They're like, the paparazzi is gonna see you.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, it's like, yeah, because you're famous, because you're married to this rich guy, obviously.
This person has never watched the movies. Hi, I said nervously, jumping up from my chair to greet him like the
She
king.
probably assumed that Anastasia could speak Russian because she watched the movie Anastasia.
Hi, I said nervously, jumping up from my chair to greet him like a king from the 17th century. Very specific.
Yeah.
Why the 17th? Yes. You asked me. Wait, were you the one that I was speaking on the phone earlier? Speaking to on the phone. He asked in a matter-of-fact tone. Yes. You asked me about my ability to speak Russian fluently.
Why'd they
I said
capitalize
nervously.
fluently?
Yeah. Fumbling over my words. He ran his fiery blue eyes up and down my body from head to toe for a few long, awkward moments before opening his mouth to speak. I have to admit, you're not what I pictured when I was mentioned to me earlier that filing clerk spoke fluent Russian, he said. What was he picturing?
What was he picturing?
Gertrude? Someone that had more Russian facial features. Blonde and tall, perhaps. He said he has a type.
Oh, he just assumes that all Russian women are blonde and tall.
Katya? They're all Katya.
God.
I see, I said with a slightly nervous laugh. That is probably because I am not of Russian descent and I have no accent. Why did she learn Russian?
She's like, I just well, to be fair, I tried to learn it.
That's true. But you had a reason. What was her reason?
I didn't have a reason.
Oh!
I just wanted to do it for fun.
What exactly do you need a Russian translator for anyway? He looked at me again with his big, beautiful blue eyes, examining my face more closely this time. I have a business trip to Russia in a few weeks, as we are trying to expand into a totally different market. Okay, I need someone that can speak, read, and write Russian to accompany me. I do not have anyone on my chief of staff with enough knowledge of the language to translate sufficiently for me. Then your name came up our last board meeting, he said, in one long breath explaining his rationale. I could tell by the way he spoke and conducted himself that he was a man that did not like his time wasted. I had a small window opportunity to say yes to him. If not, he would surely find someone else that could do the job just as well. When is this business trip, I asked. I leave 2 weeks from today, he answered. The trip will be 3 days in length, depending on how all negotiations go. Do I have time to think about it, I asked. If you like, but don't keep me waiting. I need to know as soon as possible so I can plan accordingly. His tone's serious and to the point.
Dude, I'm just imagining, like, we're reading and we just see, like, a person, like, show up in the camera, and we're just like
camera cuts. I won't, I promised. With that, he left the room as quickly as he arrived, his body displaying a complete sense of control and confidence. I gave a huge sigh as though I had been holding my breath the entire time. The room had somehow become a furnace.
the room
Okay,
is
Minecraft?
transformed into a furnace. Minecraft? Furnaces exist outside of Minecraft, you know.
No. The smell of his cologne lingered in the air like a pleasant odor that you couldn't get enough of. So this is what it's like to be in the same room as Christian Grey for 10 minutes. She really thought about that. She's like, this is what it's like to be with him for 10 minutes. I can't believe it. He's so hot. Christian's POV. Having a personal translator rather than just a fancy earbud was way more professional.
Is it?
No. This deal was going to be very monumental for Grey Enterprises. It's a human trafficking deal. We're the first two, like, people being kidnapped.
They're recruiting people based off of, like, who's reading this one. We're like, we just turn around, they're like, are you guys the ones reading the
No.
50 Shades of Grey? We're
No.
like, what? We're like,
Oh my god. No, it's not us. Oh my god, we're public nuisances. We're gonna have the police called on us. Did you get what you needed, Mr. Grey? Asked my secretary, her straight blonde hair held tightly in a bun.
oh, why isn't she Russian then?
Yeah. Why did you do the translating? face softened as she made small talk. Not really. I didn't get the answer I was expecting. I answered with a sigh. Sorry to hear that, she replied as she typed furiously, barely making a headline. Did you book my accommodations for the Russia trip? I asked.
Your box with you. Did you book my accommodations?
No. Trivago. Yes, it's all a go, she said with confidence. I've sent the details to your email. Is there anything else I can do?
His email, and he's like, remember that one? She's freed. Anastasia, I just tried to send you an email, but your email is not Anastasia Gray. It's still Anastasia Steele. She's like, Christian, did you really just barge into my business meeting?
It's not a big deal. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. We have to
we're getting
divorced.
She's like,
I
will change it.
And then they get into a car. They get into the car chase. Remember? And then it's like,
you're driving. Okay. I wanted them to crash. Oh, when you got a helicopter crash? No, that'll be all, I responded walking back to my office. As much as I found traveling for business lonely and boring, I always made the best of it. Thoughts of the cute filing clerk flooded back into my mind. If she accepts, maybe this won't be as boring as the last trip.
I kind of want to keep going.
Chapter 2! Anna Pov. Guys, this is our favorite one. We're gonna have to do a series reading this. Anna Pov. I can't believe that this is happening to me.
Oh my god.
I thought we were making it. I can't believe this is happening to me. That's how I felt when I got diarrhea in the Hobby Lobby bathroom.
You had that?
My stomach was tying itself into knots while my heart quickened its pace till I could feel it thundering inside me. No. That's not. I wanted to go badly. I knew that
Wait, what?
I wanted to go to Russia very badly, okay?
He's like, I want to go to St. I
need to go to Russia now! I need Russia to win. My stomach was tying itself into knots on my heart quickened, okay?
We haven't got past the first paragraph.
I knew that a trip like this only came once in a lifetime. I had butterflies dancing around me in my stomach. Around in my stomach. Christian Grey needed me. I didn't think that he needed anybody. He was rich enough that he had experts in almost every field at his beck and call.
Except for Russian translators.
The entire
He's like, he has like a whole translating department, and there's just like
it's a blank spot.
There's like a bunch of desks, and there's like the Russia spot, and it's just blank.
He's like, I need one.
He's like, hey, if you want to get moved from basement clerk, you can move up to the Russian translator.
Wait, I had a revelation. Okay, Anna's last name is Steele. That's a kind of a color of gray. And his last name is Gray. And he's like, I'm 50 shades of messed up. Is that like 50 shades of gray, like of their last name? Of like, I don't know what I'm saying.
Wait, why would you not assume that it had to do with his last name? His last name was Christian Grey. Like, the whole time, like, what movie is called that?
That's a bimbo moment right now.
You just said, oh my god,
Oh my god.
it's Grey. Her last name is Steele, and that's also Grey.
Oh my god. The entire drive home, all I could think of was Christian's request. I plopped myself on the couch. I had to weigh the pros and cons. I needed the job. I knew that I would be close to Christian for the entire trip. I don't want to do things that would make things... What? I don't want to do anything that would make things awkward. There must be a catch to this. He's far too powerful and influential to call
He's
him.
far too powerful.
And influential. He's far too powerful and influential to call him a clerk for help. I knew there was going to be risks, but not matter. Why would there be risks? It's gonna be dangerous.
Nope, can't laugh. Gotta keep going.
I tried to talk myself out of Christian's request. I knew myself well enough that I would be accepting it. There are still so many questions that needed to be answered, though. It's only 3 days, and I thought. I thought. Is this like a... What is that?
Huh?
What is this? Is it like Christian, like...
No, it's only 3 days in. I thought. This is the first time you've met Christian. He would have to put some effort into making things awkward. We work so far apart. What's the worst that could happen? Okay, whatever.
Okay, I don't know what that meant. Pulling my nursing text from my knapsack.
Her knapsack?
This ain't backpack. This has to be British. This is British. A British person wrote this. No. I opened it. It's the required reading. The required reading.
Enola Holmes.
Enola Holmes. Twinge of excitement from the potential of going on a trip with a sexy, powerful man made its way into my mind. I could feel every neuron in my brain. Okay, nursing major. Every neuron in my brain firing as I put my giddy thoughts aside to concentrate.
Neuron? I'm pretty sure those are your sex cells. I'm pretty sure.
That's just like your brain.
I'm a nursing major, I should know this.
I pulled out my phone. Okay, you want to read Christian or I read it?
I'll read Christian. I pulled out my phone for what seemed like the millionth time to check my email. Anna's email still said, she still doesn't actually say that. Anna's I've still not gotten back the response. Worst case scenario, I would just get an earpiece translator for the trip. I was used to an excited yes and OMG can't believe it. But I've offered extravagant gifts to women in the past. My pride had been slightly wounded by this, but not defeated. Something told me that there was more to this file clerk than just her beauty. Are you waiting for an urgent email? Miss Jones asked, pointing to my phone. No, I started. Well, sort of.
Miss Jones?
You haven't touched your meal. Usually you'd be done by now. Your meal?
I haven't touched your meal.
This is British. Because like how British people talk, they call everything meal.
Touched your brekkie.
Because I had a British friend. It's like, oh, I have a meal tonight, and I'm like,
a
fuck
meal?
talks like that.
I'm gonna eat dinner. Just say that.
They would call it like supper. Din din.
Din din.
I've heard din din. Okay, there's just a lot in my mind. I hope it all gets sorted out. Is there anything else you need from me before I go? Miss Jones asked, grabbing her coat. No, I answered. Thank you for this wonderful meal, as always.
As always.
You're welcome, Mr. Gray. She smiled. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
I'll see you later.
I waited for the housekeeper to leave before slumming down in front of the TV with my dinner. I gave one last check to my email before settling on an old Adam Sandler comedy. I just needed to veg out and relax.
I would do that.
To veg out and relax.
I can't picture him vegging out. Me either. He's not a vegging out kind of guy. We might have to continue this later.
Business trips sound exciting to the regular person, but they weren't nothing short of boring and stressful. Despite going with a small, trusted team of close advisor, they usually kept themselves. The days were filled with demos. Desmos.
Not Desmos.
And presentations, and the nights were filled with bad TV shows in a small hotel room. Occasionally, I called my sister Mia to vent about how shitty the trip was. Rich people problems, she would laugh. No matter the circumstances, she always knew how to bring a smile to my face. Hopefully, Anna's presence will spice things up.
Wait, we have to pay to read more?
Okay, well, we get monetized. We will continue.
We won't continue the story once we get some money.
Oh, wait. What if it's like...
What if it's tricking us?
What if we can...
Oh, thank God.
Oh. We're not reading more of this. How many chapters is this?
Holy shit.
45!
45 chapters! This is a whole series.
Girl, this is gonna be like a 15-part series, and we're gonna be like... Everybody's gonna be like waiting for the next upload, even though we can just go read it themselves. Okay.
You guys can read it yourselves, but why would you want to when we are...
When we're more entertaining than you. Flop.
Bye, Flops.
Okay, so... This
concludes
the first ever
Terf Wars
episode. This is history.
This is the start of something new.
This is history, like in the making. This is like people are gonna like think back.
I hope someone watches our channel. This is gonna be very embarrassing.
We've gone through all this effort for this, and we'll have like a single subscriber to our names. It's a good thing they removed the dislike to like ratio thing.
Yeah.
Well, we would like to thank you for watching our first ever video. Tune in next time to see us,
Halloween special, maybe.
We might do a Halloween special, maybe. We don't know exactly what that means. I tried to talk her into doing, like, paranormal rituals.
We're not doing that in my house. I don't want to be possessed in my sleep.
She was not into that idea.
So how about just watch or read? We can read creepypastas.
Yes, we can read Jeff the Killer out loud.
We can read the Russian sleep experiment. I love that one.
That was what it... So tune in next time to potentially see us read some creepypastas during her Halloween party where a bunch of people will be talking. But it's also special because we'll be in costume.
I'm gonna be Sydney Prescott.
Are you actually gonna be Sydney Prescott?
I think so.
I'm gonna be Sue Sylvester from Glee. So you will see us in costume next time. Bye, Blobs. Bye, Blobs.